Good evening. Tonight I want to talk about looking at the big picture. Everyone's real great at making decisions from a street level view, but how often we sit back and make decisions from a 10,000 foot view? What does that mean? You ever used a map app on your phone or even looked at Google Maps when you're in your browser and you look at you can dial all the way down to a street level view, which allows you to see the addresses and the picture of the house or even the car in the driveway. It grays out the faces, but you can kind of tell where you are based upon if you've been there or not, or something you've seen in the past. You kind of as a reference point. But when you have on a phone, you can kind of squeeze it out and look at a city view, a state view, or you can use your mouse and dial it back with the wheel, and it gives you what I call that 10,000 foot view, which allows you to see things beyond just what's right in front of you. When we look at things from a street level perspective, all we see is what's right in front of us. We look ahead and say, okay, if I go this way, I can see this could possibly happen. But when we dial it out to that 10,000 foot view, what happens then? Oh, if I do that, I didn't see this could come in here, and it allows us to get a better perspective, gain a different perspective on what's happening. Sir Isaac Newton's third law says that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You ever played tennis or batting practice or just trying to throw a ball around against a brick wall? You throw it, the ball comes straight back at you, typically, at the same force it comes out of. A tennis ball is a good example of that. And that's the law in action, where it says you're throwing that ball in and it's coming right back out at you. That's the equal and opposite reaction. That's the intended consequence of what we see. There's also called a law of unintended consequences. That means it's something we predicted to happen. If we did this, this will happen. But the things beyond that we didn't foresee to happen. If you ever skipped a rock across a pond or a lake, after it stops skipping, it falls in the water, there are ripple effects. And those are the unintended consequences. For example, if a builder comes in to tear down a building and put up a brand new one, I'll put a brand new building here, it'll be great, we'll be able to charge X amount of dollars, get tenants in here, all these things. Those are what he intends to happen, or she intends to happen. The unintended consequences are all the people who are currently there. They now have to move and find a new place to live. That affects their families, it affects their schools, it could affect their jobs if they can't find a place close enough to where they currently live to keep the same proximity to where they currently work or live their lives. Those are the unintended consequences. So often I think we make choices based upon what we think will happen, but we don't ever put any consideration to what possibly could happen. Because if we did, we'd probably make different choices, or we might not make a choice at all. So in closing, do you think before you speak? Do you look before you leap? Those are all expressions I've heard growing up, but what do they really mean? But really it means is, are you making decisions based upon what you see or what could potentially happen beyond what you can see? Have a good night.